guys, since it's Palm Sunday, here are the two things we can learn from two individual characters in the Bible. First is from our Blessed Mother. You must have noticed that during any group prayers or during charismatic renewals, praise and worship, you must have noticed that there are few people or maybe an individual sitting somewhere in the corner, or maybe sitting somewhere behind, or maybe they are just quiet, not raising their hands, or not screaming and shouting. The first thing that comes in our mind, oh, this person must be not that serious, or maybe he lacks spirituality, or maybe his faith is not so strong, or maybe he's here just for time pass. But there's a saying, you must never judge a book by its cover. When Jesus was entering Jerusalem, the crowd welcomed him with palm fronds and cloaks. And then later, the same crowd said, "Crucify him." Whereas there was one person who was not there during Jesus' triumphant entry. And that person was Mother Mary. Mary was not there when the crowd welcomed Jesus. Mary was there during Jesus' hard time, during Jesus' passion. This means that her focus was more on God. Her faith was genuine, whether in public or private. When you look into the life of Mary, Mary's focus was only on doing God's will. Whether it was public or private, she didn't care about it. Her focus was only on God. She did what was required, what God wanted her to do. She only focused on doing that. So just because someone chooses to stay behind, or maybe not scream and shout, or stay silent, that doesn't mean the person is not interested. Or just because he's not screaming and shouting, or maybe he's not raising his hand, maybe doesn't mean that he's shy. He just likes to be simple. Or maybe he's not the kind of person. He must be the kind of person who expresses his faith in a different way. Now, for example, I don't raise my hand and surrender to God. I'll rather close my eyes. That is how I can focus. That is my psychology of praying to God. Every person has its own psychology. So just because one has to raise hands doesn't mean everyone has to do the same thing. Just because you see a group raising their hands doesn't mean everyone has to follow the same. You have your own way of communicating to God. You have your own psychology. You can pray with them, but that doesn't mean you have to pray like them. And the second person you can learn from is the donkey. As you can see in the Bible, the donkey carries Jesus and walks till the destination. And after that, there's nothing about the donkey. Now, sometimes you'll see some modern Christians, whenever they join any prayer group or any ministry, the first mission is to go lead the praise and worship, give talk, hold the mic, and just give testimony. But evangelizing doesn't mean they have to hold a mic and be a public speaker. Evangelizing could be anything. It either be helping someone, or maybe inspiring someone, or teaching someone in private or in public. It doesn't matter. Everything counts as evangelizing. Basically, we are setting example. That is how you evangelize. For example, if you heard my previous video on Saint Elizabeth of Hungary, she was helping people. If someone needed clothes, she would take out her royal outfit and give it to them. That is how she was evangelizing. She was not a preacher. So this is what happens is, whenever someone wants to join any prayer group or any ministry, everyone's focused on holding a mic. As a result, they start to look at themselves as celebrity. That leads them to pride, anger, and showing bad attitude towards others. So now, to be a true Christian is to do your task, is to do what you're doing. Basically, you do your responsibility and leave, and no need to claim credit. Because God is watching you any which ways. Why do you need credit from others? Well, last year, I came across a post which says, a fake Christian promotes themselves, but a true Christian promotes God. So, to be a good Christian is to be like the donkey, who carries Jesus on his shoulder, walks till the destination, and then goes back home. Well, that is how we have to be like. No, we have to promote God. To be a good saint, to be a true saint, just do the task and go home. Any which ways God is watching you, so you don't have to please the public. Like Jesus said, your left hand must not know what your right hand is doing. When the Father in heaven is watching you, it doesn't matter whether people are watching you or not, whether people are giving you credits or not. So, guys, that's it for today. May God bless you, may God love you, and may Mary and Joseph intercede for you. See you in the next video. Bye.